today. I hope you're all doing really well. My name is Leah and this is my story time. Now today a little girl called Olivia has got her grown-ups to get in touch with me. So hello Olivia. And she was talking today about her favourite author. Now an author is somebody who writes the words and writes the stories in the books that we read. And Olivia's favourite author is Julia Donaldson. Now I know Olivia has been watching and I know she's also been making her nanny and granddad watch. So hello to Olivia's nanny and granddad too. I hope you're all well. So that got me thinking, I wonder who is my favourite author? And I don't think I can really choose. I love stories so much. There's a whole huge list of books out there and some that I haven't even read yet that I really want to. But I thought today, because Olivia's favourite author is Julia Donaldson, we should read one of her stories. What do you think? Now Julia Donaldson has written lots and lots of stories and quite often she works with someone called Axel Scheffler and he is an illustrator. Now illustrators are important too. They draw the pictures or do the artwork and they help to make the story come to life. So today I thought I would get a Julia Donaldson and an Axel Scheffler book to share with you. And this is the one I've got for you. It's called A Squash and a Squeeze. And of course it's by Julia Donaldson and the illustrations are by Axel Scheffler. So I hope you like it. Now remember, because the illustrations help us to tell the story, I will show you the pictures each time I get to the end of the page. So are you ready? Here we go. A Squash and a Squeeze by Julia Donaldson with the illustrations by Axel Scheffler. A little old lady lived all by herself with a table and chairs and a jug on the shelf. And there you can see, there's the little old lady. Ooh, she's all by herself. Some people are staying in all by themselves too. I wonder if you know anyone who's in all by themselves, just like the little old lady. A wise old man heard her grumble and grouse. There's not enough room in my house. Wise old man, won't you help me please? My house is a squash and a squeeze. And there you can see the little old lady talking to the wise old man. And she's saying it's a squash and it's a squeeze. It's not big enough. I wonder what he's going to tell her to do. Take in your hen, said the wise old man. Take in my hen? What a curious plan. And there, even though it's curious, which means a little bit of a mystery, she's going to take in her hen anyway. She's following the old man's advice. Well, the hen laid an egg on the fireside rug and flapped around the room, knocking over the jug. Oh dear. Ooh. Do you think the old woman's going to be happy? I'm not sure. An egg on the carpet and knocked over her jug. Let's find out. The little old lady cried, what shall I do? It was pokey for one and it's tiny for two. My nose has a tickle and there's no room to sneeze. My house is a squash and a squeeze. And she said, wise old man, won't you help me please? My house is a squash and a squeeze. And there you can see the old lady, she's got her arms up in the air, oh, as if she doesn't know what to do. And look, oh dear, the jug has smashed on the floor. Wise old man. I wonder if he's going to help her. Her house is a squash and a squeeze. Take in your goat, said the wise old man. Take in my goat? What a curious plan. Well, the goat chewed the curtains and trod on the egg. Ooh, then sat down to nibbling the table leg. Oh dear. There you can see the wise old man telling the old lady to take in her goat. And she's trying, she's having to pull it. And there, what a mess they're making. And there, he's nibbling the table leg. He must be very hungry. The little old lady cried, "Glory me! It was tiny for 2 and it's titchy for 3. The hen pecks the goat and the goat's got fleas. My house is a squash and a squeeze." And she said, "Wise old man, won't you help me please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." And there you can see. She's asking for help because look, they are causing chaos in her house. Oh no, I hope you're not causing chaos in your house, are you? Are you sure? Let's find out what happens next. "Take in your pig," said the wise old man. "Take in my pig? What a curious plan." So she took in her pig, who kept chasing the hen and raiding the larder again and again. Oh dear. Nah. Dear, oh dear, the pig is chasing the hen. And I bet he's making an oinking sound, isn't he? Like this. Can you do that too? Shall we do it together? Ready? Yeah. And he's raiding the larder. The larder is another word you can use for a cupboard where you keep food. Oh no, and the piggy's eating all of the food. The little old lady cried, "Stop! I implore! It was titchy for 3 and it's teeny for 4. Even the pig in the larder agrees. My house is a squash and a squeeze." And she said, "Wise old man, won't you help me please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." There you can see. I like this picture. Look how happy the piggy looks, and the goat, and even the hen, because they've eaten all the food. Oh, I think it is getting a bit of a squash in that house, isn't it? "Take in your cow," said the wise old man. "Take in my cow? What a curious plan." Well, the cow took one look and charged straight at the pig, then jumped on the table and tapped out a jig. And a jig is a type of dance, and can you see the cow doing a jig on the table and everyone is watching? Uh-oh. The little old lady looks very, very stressed out indeed, doesn't she? What a squash and a squeeze in that house. Can you imagine having a cow in your front room? No, I don't think one would fit through my door. The little old lady cried, "Heavens alive! It was teeny for 4 and it's weeny for 5. I'm tearing my hair out. I'm down on my knees. My house is a squash and a squeeze." And she said, "Wise old man, won't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." And look at that poor old lady. She's got her hands up in the air and she's looking up to the heavens. She really needs some help. I hope the old man isn't going to tell her to bring in something else. Oh. "Take them all out," said the wise old man. "But then I'll be back where I first began." So she opened the window and out flew the hen. That's better. At last, I can sneeze again. She shooed out the goat and she shoved out the pig. My house is beginning to feel pretty big. And there you can see. She's letting the hen fly away. and she's shooing out the goat and shoving out the pig. And now her house is beginning to feel pretty big. She huffed and she puffed and she pushed out the cow. Oh, just look at my house. It's enormous now. Oh, thank you, old man, for the work you have done. It was weeny for 5. It's gigantic for 1. There's no need to grumble. There's no need to grouse. There's plenty of room in my house. And there you can see. She's shoving out the cow and she's thanking the wise old man. And now she's full of frolics and fiddle-dee-dees. It isn't a squash and it isn't a squeeze. Look, she's doing a little dance. Ooh. Do you ever dance in your kitchen? I always dance in my kitchen. I do a frolic and a fiddle-dee-dee because her house isn't a squash or a squeeze. Yes, she's full of frolics and fiddle-dee-dees. It isn't a squash or a squeeze. And there, the poor animals are looking in. And the wise old man, he's done his job. The old lady is happy because after having all those animals inside, her house feels enormous. It doesn't feel like a squash or a squeeze anymore. And that is the end of the story. Isn't that a lovely story? I really like that story, and it shows you that even if you think your house is tiny, if you put some more people in it and then take them out again, you might feel that your house is pretty big. Or maybe if you tidied up some of those toys for your grown-ups, your house might feel ginormous again. Maybe you could do that. Thank you so much, Olivia, for sharing your favourite author with me. If any of you have a favourite author and I have the books at home, I would love to share them. Thank you so much. We've talked about authors and we've talked about illustrators today. So I'll be back again tomorrow with another story for you. I hope you'll join me, but until then, do take care and remember to be kind. Bye bye everyone. Take care.